Let's cut some fucking grass.
Hey guys and girls, welcome to Into the Green podcast. I am your host, BJ Wallace. I am here by myself. Well, I'm almost by myself. I'm also with a absolute come down Monday. What a fucking weekend it was. The reason there is no podcast is because I drank a little bit too much. I will be 100% honest with you all, but nevertheless, I will endeavor to get something out today. It is Monday right now when I'm recording, early morning. But it was a great weekend. I headed down to Sydney for the races at Rosehill. Little bit of backstory. A few times on the podcast I've mentioned it, but we bought some shares in the Alpha Blokes podcast stable. So we bought 5 shares in Cold Brew, and he's a new racehorse to the stable. We just did it because it would have been, great if the race was up here in Brisbane, because we get members tickets and there's heaps of perks that come with it. So, and obviously we get to network with some awesome people who are doing so much cool stuff in, social media and podcasting and all that sort of stuff. So I'm very lucky, and everything kind of fell apart a little bit, but it was brought together so well over the weekend. So I'll take you back to last week when I was, and I say I actually mean when Lou was helping organise my weekend. I missed the cutoff for the tickets, so I fucking messaged Cam Haynes, and I said, "Hey mate, I fucked up. Is there any chance I can get some tickets?" And he looked after us, and he got me some tickets. And yeah, we definitely were appreciative. So from there, I went to book my tickets to go to Sydney, and booked the flights. Flights were quite expensive because it was a Friday afternoon. And yeah, it worked out poorly, because the minute I booked my tickets, seems like the weather changed, and it went from, it was hot. Like, don't get me wrong, Sydney was hot, but it went to 40 degrees. And Cameron Hayrung wrote in, it's like an owners group, and he just said, apologies to everyone who has organised accommodation and everything down to Sydney, down to Rosehill this weekend. Unfortunately, the races have been pushed. So they got pushed from Saturday to Sunday because it was too hot on Saturday. Now, it was hot. It was fucking hot. So I get it. And understandably, they're always looking out for the health of the horse. So it is what it is. But they made some changes to the weekend, and we basically got to go and meet the horses in the morning. So there were 2 there from the stable, Yabby Pump and Cold Brew, and they were both at the same place at the same time. So that's why there were a lot of people down there, and they were both racing on the same day. And that would have been amazing if it could have happened the way it was planned. But shit happens. As we know, with the event being an outdoor event, you just never know. Like, it could have been rain. Nobody really expected heat to be the problem. So that's something I've never really heard before, but I'm not big in the world of horse racing. But they organised to go and meet the horses in the morning, have a couple of beers there, get some photos, have a chat with people, just have a good start to the day. And then we were off across the road to, I think it's called the Carlisle Hotel. So the Carlisle Hotel was just across the road. It was like a 10-minute walk, because obviously we had to walk out through the stables and through the race course and out the other side. And it was actually a great pub. It wasn't massive, had a good gaming room. I'm sure they would have made an absolute killing on Saturday. Everyone was absolutely awesome there. So meeting heaps of, there was business owners, there was guys that do charity runs. There were 2 guys, Stu and Kane. I met those guys, sat around and had a couple of beers with them. They actually do a rally up to, I think it's Townsville or Cairns, but they raised something like $64,000 for I think it's men's mental health charity, which is awesome. There's another guy there, Tim Matthews. He actually is from RDO. So RDO are the Queensland distributors of John Deere. So he's actually a parts manager at Bow Desert. There was only a handful of people there that were from Brisbane. So I met a few others. I also met a guy that's listened to our podcast a fair bit. He recognised me, and we had a catch up, and it was awesome. He's moved out of lawn now. He's into just like earth moving stuff, which is so cool to see someone's business sort of, take that trajectory. If you can't hear it in my voice, I'm a beaten man. I'm broken. So I'm 41. I can't do it like I used to. But I did give it a good whip. And I found myself after the day, like we had a bit of a punt. There was a few horses that got, a few group bets and, met good people. Like I met the Baron from the Baron Files. He does a lot of work on social media. Now he's got a podcast, which is awesome. I listened to that. Obviously the Alpha boys were there, Pooh, Quinn and Tommy. Jimmy Christmas was there, 2 Meter Peter. There's a few carry-on winners. But yeah, it was actually a really good day, and it was everyone was happy and there was no dramas, and yeah, I couldn't have been happier. It was just such a fun day. But then Sunday rolled around and finally got to the race course to watch some horses race. Yabby Pump unfortunately didn't win. I did put some money on him, just show some support. He didn't come close, but definitely gave it a good stab. We also got to wander around the place because it was very quiet. Obviously the race is getting cancelled on Sunday would have made a bit of an impact, but it was weird. There was not that many people at the race course. What do I say about Rosehill? It is a very interesting place. So I had about a 400-meter walk from my hotel to the pub we were drinking at, and I had to fucking jump over TVs, mattresses, clothes. Someone's fucking wardrobe was just thrown out a window. Bed frames, not with the mattress. Bins, there were fire hydrants that were fucking leaking everywhere, and it was just one straight road, and I just thought, geez, I hope the rest of it's a bit cleaner than this. No shade to people who live there, but your council needs to do something about that. But other than that, it was cool. It did get a bit weird though when I was jumping in a cab to go back to the airport. Jumped in a cab, not a cab, Uber, and this guy started out pretty chill, and by the end of it, I was like, this fucking guy's going to stab me. He started swerving a little bit. He told me he was too drunk to drive this morning. I was thinking, fuck, me too. That's why I got you prick. And eventually started talking about like commercialization and oh fuck, didn't he just rant? And it was getting a bit weird. So I was really glad to see the airport sign, and I got out. But when he said he'd had a few too many, that's why he was starting so late. I thought, oh fuck, here we go. But yeah, it was a sketchy ride home. I wasn't too happy about it, but I'm giving him 1 star. And if I could take money off him, I fucking would. But we had some calls come through from the Pickle. So Bobby Big Pickle hasn't called in for a bit, but I thought I'd just chuck these on. I have no idea what they are. Literally, it's Monday morning, and I'm literally just fucking putting shit together so I can put out an episode. But have a listen. Tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think. That's for sure. Here we go.
Bobby Big Pickle. Now I've got a employee that every time this cunt takes a sip, he follows it with a You do not know how fucking annoying it is all fucking day listening to just want to fucking punch him in the throat.
Maybe he needs a punch in the throat, Bobby. Have you ever thought he's might have a medical condition or something, but that sounds like a painful ride, especially on a hot, thirsty day. Just every sip, just maybe you should try and record it and just do a compilation, like a big That's a good one, Bobby. That's good that you've got an employee. What's going on, mate? You expanding the pickle empire. No, it'd be interesting to see what happens in the future, because I think if you're going to have to put more staff on, you're going to have to take them out for a beer or a fucking coffee, or maybe you'll have to do the whole like a triangle of drinks. You have to start with a beer, water, coffee, tea, fucking juice. Try them all and see what noises come out. Maybe you can put together a band just with the noises of the poor fella. But no, that's cool, man. I'm glad that I'm glad you found someone you can hang with during the day. I always say that I wouldn't employ someone that I wouldn't sit next to all day, every day. So he's got a second one loaded up here, though. So we've gone from zero to hero. Bobby's actually saved the day because I'm not talking to anyone. I can just listen to Bobby chat.
Bobby Big Pickle calling in from the emergency ward. Today, hedging a beautiful hedge on a main thoroughfare. Traffic stacked up behind the Big Pickle. And I needed to have a leak. As usual, unzipped the fly, proceeded to siphon thy python in the hedge, pissing straight onto a wasp nest. Oh, the pain, the fucking pain.
Oh no, Bobby, what have you done? It sounds like he's so fucked they had to come and get him in the care flight helicopter. Mate, fill me in. What's going on? Are you right? Is it bigger? Is it worth the pain afterwards? I got to know. It's always something. I'm a bit of a weirdo. Like if I'm working and I get stung by a wasp, it seems like a bit of a motivator. I don't know if I get real angry and then just fucking want to get out of there quicker. But yeah, wasp stings are ants. They don't really bother me that much anymore. If I get tagged on the face, though, it's a whole different scenario. But I know what happens when I get tagged on a soft spot like my cheek. And if Bobby's been tagged on his fucking taco, we're, hopefully Mrs. Pickle's in for a treat. But it's going to end up like the fucking the flower in the backyard, the protea. See in the background, there's a big protea or a Banksia or something back there. Yeah, it's probably looking like that, big pink rocket. But anyway, Bobby, I hope you're well, mate. I hope the chopper didn't charge you too much to take you to the hospital. Yeah, let us know, mate. Let us know how you go, and if it is as big and as swollen as I think it probably is, make sure you take plenty of photos because it'll probably never look like that again. It'll probably look like a deflated fucking balloon or something after it's finished. But no, it's always good to hear from you, mate, and thank you very much for calling in. You have saved me a bit. On to some expo news. We are sort of starting to get a bit quiet now. There's a few companies that are shutting down over Christmas, so we back off and we don't harass anyone and make sure that, you know, we don't make any enemies over this time of the year because people just don't want to get random calls from people like me just being like, "Oi, what are you fucking doing?" Because at the end of the day, not going to make that decision over Christmas. So hopefully once the new year's kicking back off, a few companies actually go year to year. So some companies do a financial year with all their expos and all their budgeting and stuff. And some companies go year to year. And it's mainly American-owned companies that do year to year. So we're waiting for that so we can get a bunch more confirmations and then we'll just start punching out a bunch of content. I've got some good ideas for the future, going on a little road trip and things like that for the podcast, but also for the show. They sort of are hand in hand. Like I love both of them, and I love talking to industry people. So hopefully I can get something off the ground. It is hard. Like I am stretching myself pretty thin, and obviously here doing a quick little podcast. just trying to get something out. I always want to make sure that people have got something to listen to, even if it is just me with half a hangover, just fucking blah, blah, blahing for a bit. Just got to make sure that it keeps consistent. But no, it let me know who you want to hear from. Like, there's been a few movements. So obviously Briggs and Stratton have seen some stuff change in their business. You've got, obviously, we did one with Bushranger, Adam as well, you know, with International Mowers. So we're trying to make sure that we keep up to date with all the industry news, but we'll be endeavoring to do more and get a bit more behind the scenes. And I'd love to go down to Melbourne for maybe even a week and do a bunch of interviews and just bank some good content and make sure I'm always punching out podcasts that are worth a listen. But yeah, other news is the Atom Power Equipment competition is still running. It'll be running till the end of the week. So I'll probably draw it on Friday, probably Friday afternoon, so I can give someone a bit of good news. So that will be closing probably Thursday night. They'll draw it Friday. So make sure you jump over onto Into the Green Podcast Instagram or TBL Property Maintenance Instagram or Facebook, like either one. I think it's on both platforms, or Lawn and Land Equip Expo, Atom Power Equipment. It's even on the Australian Lawn Fanatics page. So it's everywhere. So make sure if you want to win it, you got to be in it. So go and just do the prompts. It's literally just following a couple of pages and sharing it as a story. And just tag us in the story, and you go into the running to win a 35cc Honda-powered edger from Atom or a 25cc Honda-powered blower from Atom. So both commercial pieces of equipment, and you know what? Like, anyone would be happy to win that. I'm guessing it's I think the value is $14.99 all up. So yeah, nice little bit of pocket change there. So it'll be good for someone to put that in their stocking for Christmas. One of the other things, TBL Property Maintenance is doing a little bit these days with some new work. It was really quiet, so I have to admit I was a little bit worried at the start of the season. Not much was happening, and yeah, it just sort of a flick of the switch. Like, as soon as we started getting the storms through, flick of the switch, new work just started coming across. We picked up, so on and off, like I find that on and off we get customers coming and going from the same property when it's sold. So I've actually been looking after a property it's in some of the back streets of Chandler. So if anyone knows Chandler in Brisbane, that's where a lot of the nice big acreages are. That's where like records keep getting broken for like big sales and stuff like that. It's a beautiful spot, like really quiet, but it's very close to the city still. So we've got a place there we've been servicing on and off for 5 years, and it was owned by and built by the owner of Ausbuild. So it's beautiful. It's Hampton style home on 2.5 acres, and like they sold it, and new people moved in, and they used it sporadically, and they were there for a couple of years, and now it's been sold again to a lovely family, and yeah, we're absolutely loving being back there. It's one of my favorite properties to take care of. Some people, the previous owners weren't too keen on getting us as a regular, so we would just take care of them around holidays, or if there was a special occasion, we would go there. But it wasn't how I like to work, even though I wanted to stay connected to the property, which was a good idea in the end. And we still, like, it wasn't like it was a hassle or anything. It's been 2.5 acres. It's not a huge job, so it doesn't take a massive amount of time. But just staying connected to it on and off, we actually got the referral to the next owners, and the next owners have put us on weekly, and for the price that we want, and all the rest. Like, just everything about this family is amazing. They're lovely people, very flexible. When we first got it, we had to move a few things around on the first couple of weeks, so we weren't scheduling them in at the same time each week. But now they've got their time and day. So yeah, it's been fantastic. And some of the best news, like we've got Will back in the day, it's probably about a year and a half ago now. Will broke his leg, so he broke his leg playing union, and he's just come back full time. So it's just amazing. So he's worked really hard to get himself sorted. He did try and come back, and it just wasn't working for him. He was still getting some pain, but again, he has worked so hard to get back to being work fit, with no fucking help from his club, to be honest. Like, seeing his story about, he was playing, snapped his leg. Obviously, he's got insurance. He wasn't even supposed to be playing. So he'd broken his finger a couple of weeks prior, and he wasn't supposed to be playing until the following week, and they begged him to go on, and fucking snapped his leg. And unfortunately, that's a real bad injury, like double fracture. So snapped both bones, tibia and fibia. So he's been away for, I'd say he's only just been on full time for the last 3 weeks now. So yeah, he's been away for a long time. It would have probably be a year and a half. And we're so glad to have him back. He's part of the family. So yeah, we're really, really glad to have him back. And yeah, it's been nice picking up some nice new jobs. He's more familiar with that job that we picked up than Dion, who's been full time for ages. So no, it's been good, and we're looking forward to the future. We're going to have our little Christmas shindig. I hope everyone's having their Christmas parties, even those solo guys. I saw Leroy's thing. Sorry, Leroy. But no, I hope everyone's planning those Christmas parties and rewarding themselves for a massive year. And yeah, being kind of the middle of the season, it's kind of like a little midway celebration. So other than that, I don't have a lot more to talk about. I'm gonna go and do some stuff. Probably have a Barocca. Might have a couple of Voltaren because I'm feeling quite inflamed. And I might even have some Nurofen just to top everything off. But stay tuned, everyone. Next week we'll have a good conversation lined up for a Monday morning drop, and I'm really looking forward to it. We've had heaps of really good feedback. The numbers are jumping up in the charts, so we're heading in the right direction with listeners. And yeah, I'm just having a good time. So if you are too and you're following along, thank you very much, and I can't wait to see y'all soon. Peace.
In the rail. Knock off, Green. Yeah, in the rail. Hit the rail. Go! Get up there!
Kick it up!
Kick it up! Come on!
Kick it up! Let it go! Come on, let it go! Fucking have another go!
Kick again! Dig! Dig!
Here he goes! Get up there! Get up there!
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.